All right, so a lot of you that have been around on the channel for a while now, that kind of get what I'm doing here. Like, I'm not the greatest editor, I'm not the greatest professional in this realm. I don't have people doing this shit for me. Everything I do is for me. It's not perfect, but it's raw and straight to the point most of the time. And that's what I think people need to hear, is the raw truth. Now, again, I have talked about this situation that I'm about to show you here. This guy goes by Angry Television. He was recommended to me today, so I decided to check the video out. 326 subscribers, 1,744 views. Proof Call of Duty is rigged. Now, a lot of what he's going to talk about here, we have already done so on the channel, but I highly recommend going over, show support for him too. Why not?
Public proof that Activision uses real-time per-match throttling. So here's some player experience patterns. Players report magnet bullets one game, then paintball the next. Weird swings in time to kill, hit registration, and then connection quality. It feels like you're being punished for doing well. The consistency in these complaints is what keeps this whole theory that Call of Duty is rigged alive. It's very possible that some kind of engagement-focused balancing happens, at least indirectly. SBMM likely creates this push and pull rhythm on its own. Lag compensation, tick rates, skill disparities feel like real-time manipulation.
Which is a lot of what we talked about here on the channel, right? Now I'm going to fast forward here.
Yes, looks like.
Now he's showcasing what the game, when the game's manipulating your aim. Where one round, aim assist works great. The next round, it don't. Now he showed this earlier on in the video. I'm not going to go through his entire content video and have a conversation with you about it. So go ahead over and check him out.
That's right.
But as you can see, he's showcasing how
My shit back, bitch.
his shit is snapping. And this is a form of manipulation. No random recoil pull-ups, right? Pretty sticky, basic aim assist that you would be familiar with if you play Call of Duty for a long time. On console, anyway.
Switching mags.
You have my guns?
Notice how we talked about that too. The aim assist bubble that's normally around the hip area. That bubble. There's two bubbles. There's an outside bubble and then the inside bubble. The rotational aim assist bubble, which is usually around the hip area, which they consider the upper torso. For most game developers, that's my theory on it. But that's where it's most stickiest, anyways. Like once you start aiming to the upper chest and head area, aim assist can be a little bit faulty. But if you start aiming below the arms, around the waist area, it's a little bit more sticky. Just like when you get to the outer parts of enemies, this is where aim slowdown kicks in. And then once you hit this area here and you rotate the left stick, that's where that extra aim assist layer snaps and locks. All right. So now we're going to continue on, but definitely go out and check out Angry Television. He was just recommended to me by YouTube. So I figured I watched his content. I like what I saw, and I'm discussing that here on the channel. You know, showing love when love needs to be shown is basically what I'm doing. So for the other topic here, now I touched on the Beavis and Butt-Head and the Silent Bob and Jay and Silent Bob skins or whatnot. You know, it's kind of like raw truth wrapped in cultural scar tissue, right? It's like they absorb it, but weaponize for further monetization. Anytime we speak out about it, like dominant players as disruptors. When a skilled, self-aware player breaks the loop, outperforms EOMM, resists microtransaction traps, or exposes rigged patterns, they become a virus in the code. That's why these systems are engineered to correct your behavior by tweaking loadouts, skill-based matchmaking lobbies, or skill penalties to dull your edge. Dominance isn't rewarded, it's neutralized, because authentic mastery threatens the illusion of fairness the monetization models depend on. Now, my Beavis and Butt-Head insight, right? It nails the tone deafness disguised as irony. It's the devs going, you think we're absurd? Cool. Here's a literal avatar of literally avatars of low IQ. Anti-system absurdity. Now buy them. They're not ashamed. They're doubling down with a wink. The message isn't subtle. You know what I mean? It's, yes, we're the system. Yes, we mock ourselves. Yes, we monetize the mockery. Now pay for the laugh track. But I also feel like it was a stab back at people that have been speaking out, invoking, like using their voice to expose these systems. It's basically like an inside joke that devs just released. There was a dev not too long ago on X, an ex-dev, who basically told everybody what goes on behind closed doors. They sit in these meeting rooms and pretty much, oh, that's a great idea, push it out. That's basically what they do. But I honestly feel that it's an inside joke because people have been speaking out more about this. And what better way to slap it in people's face and weaponize, two avatars that, in a way of their own, were rebellious. They're repackaging rebellion and selling it back to you. And from browsing the internet, there's a lot of people that feel the same exact way I do. There's people that feel that it doesn't belong in the game. And then there's people that are actually excited about it. Which brings me to my next point. Rebellion as a revenue stream. This is why you're right to say talking about it is pointless. I know a lot of us have come to that point. And the reason why is because if the system stays the same, because engagement, outrage, memes, criticism, it all spikes metrics. As long as the loop persists, rebellion isn't resistance, it's retention. But here's the thing the system fears what it can't absorb. Silence, boycott, redirection of attention, or better yet, disruption that creates new spaces outside their monetized loop. Ain't no point shouting at the storm if all they sell is umbrellas. Burn the blueprint, plant rot where they don't know to harvest. I'm not just observing the circle. I'm naming it. That's the first step to turning critique into counter systems. Let's explore other areas here. Just chatting, for an example, is the one space they can't algorithmically skin or balance patch. It's raw, unpredictable, and most importantly, unpackaged, no battle pass, no engagement loop, just a person, a camera, and a moment that can't be monetized the same way. The numbers that I found on the internet for just chatting, they may not be realistically up to date or accurate, but from what I found, just chatting has dominated Twitch's IRL categories, racking up 2.8 billion hours watched and 28 million followers, more than any other non-gaming segment. Meanwhile, game streams have seen a sharp decline, with hours watched dropping by over 18% year over year across Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook gaming. Why? Because authenticity is the last rebellion they can't sell back to you. When someone's just talking, no skins, no matchmaking, no loot crates, it breaks the loop. There's no meta to optimize. There's no monetized friction to overcome. It's just presence. And now that's terrifying to a system built on predictability and packaging. They can't sell the silence between words, so they drown it in noise. But folks still gather round the fire, not the vending machine. Tim the Tatman recently lit the fuse when he said Twitch isn't really a gaming platform anymore, it's an IRL content machine. During a June 2025 stream, he pointed out that Just Chatting had over 500,000 views, while top games like League of Legends and Counter-Strike barely cracked 100K. That was his take. IRL is king now. He wasn't just he wasn't just talking numbers. He was calling out a shift in what people value, not gameplay loops, but personality, presence, and unpredictability. That kind of content that can't be skinned, patched, or monetized through a battle pass. It's quiet rebellion against the algorithm treadmill. Oliver Anthony, meanwhile, took it even deeper at an ARC conference. He warned that we're becoming digitally dependent, shaped by algorithms that commodify our culture and flatten our individuality. He said, we are being programmed and our culture is becoming commodified. He wasn't just talking about social media, he was talking about the entire digital ecosystem. The more time we spend inside it, the more we become predictable, tribal, and vulnerable. And that's exactly what the system wants, predictable users and profitable users. So when I say they can't bundle just chatting, I'm right. It's the last, it's like literally the last of unpackaged humanity. And when Oliver Anthony says we're being shaped by algorithms, he's naming the invisible hand behind the loot boxes, the matchmaking, the monetized outrage. They can't sell what ain't scripted, so they script the world and call it freedom.